So for your major project number 2, what you're going to be doing is creating a set of instructions. And I've got a few things here that I would like you to know about before you start. So first is for this project, you're going to create choose a product or procedure for which you create a set of instructions or specifications or maybe protocol, best practices type of thing. It could be something that you're really good at, that you're an expert at, and you can teach other people. Or maybe something that you'd like to learn how to do. Maybe you'd like to learn how to bake bread, right? And you could create the set of instructions while you're doing that. You're going to choose an audience. You want to make sure that it's not too broad. For instance, if you're doing the bread baking thing, you're not saying this is for anyone who would like to learn how to bake bread. I want you to narrow that down. Maybe it's your peers. Maybe it's college students, or maybe you're writing it for a 10-year-old. And then from the list below, you're going to choose the media that best accomplishes your purpose. So that may be an instructional video, 3 to 4 minutes. Could be a web or internet presentation. Could be some other media. And just clear that with me beforehand. So just make sure it's something that'll work for me. What is it that I'm looking for in these assignments? I'm looking at the genre and the media choices that you make. You're going to be reflecting on these later on, but I want to see that you've chosen appropriate ones for the audience. I want to see audience awareness as far as tone, diction, the images that you use. Right? You might need to include a glossary or something with this. And I want to see that there's a clarity of purpose and focus, and likewise organization and structure. Because this is a set of instructions, it's kind of easy to keep it organized, because they're going to be a step-by-step type of thing. And I'm going to be looking at the mechanics, so in 2 different ways. First, I'm going to be looking at the visual mechanics. How does this thing look? These are some of the things that I consider as I go through and grade them. And it's a lot of simple things, like, for instance, here, images are properly sized and framed. Right? They're placed relative to the text that they represent. So you don't have a picture that goes with step 2 when you're still in step 1. Also, I look at oral mechanics, and not oral like O-R-A-L, like talking, but hearing, listening. Right? So I'm looking at, is there a reasonable sound level? All right? Not too loud, not too low. Is the sound quality relatively clean? There's no distracting background noises, no muddiness, things like that. Also, I'll be looking at any needed ancillary materials. So these include, but not limited to, safety warnings. Any safety warnings that are necessary. A glossary of terms that are used. A parts list. What all does the person need to put this together? What are the materials? And then also a tools list. What sorts of tools and equipment do they need to complete the task? This is what you're going to be turning in. The completed project is going to include the following. You'll have your pre-reflection / proposal that you're going to submit to your journal before you begin this. There'll be the set of instructions presented in that medium of your choosing that I've just been discussing. And then you're going to wrap it up with a project completion report in your journal. And this is basically a reflection on what you did, what choice did you make, and why. The overall assignment is worth 100 points. In addition to this video, you should thoroughly read the major project number 2 directions that are available in module 2. And if you have any other questions, go ahead and contact me as usual.